Hey everyone and welcome. Well, it seems that Elon Musk isn't satisfied with his trolling of the media and trolling of the government and trolling of the state and trolling of the deep state even.
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
Now, you may have seen in a previous video I did that he exposed the BBC for the liars that they are.
Because you can't give me a single example of hateful content, not even one tweet. And yet you claimed that the hateful content was high. Well, that's false.
No, what I
You just lied.
What you may not know is he's also done exactly the same thing for a lot of other media organisations by putting labels on their Twitter feeds stating government-funded media, which basically means message mouthpieces, narrative gobshites, and not truth sayers. Gatekeepers, not truth givers. Now, obviously, the media that are government-funded don't like the public to know that they're government-funded because that exposes them for being liars as well. So they all kicked off. So much so that Trudeau, or should I say Trudeau'nt, came out in defence of CBC, which is the Canadian broadcasting company, which is the BBC in Canada, effectively proving Elon right, that it is a government-funded media. So Elon Musk has fought back with another troll. Now, CBC actually said on their website that out of all of their funding, less than 70% is from the Canadian government. Less than 70%. So that's all right then. So that's definitely not funded by the government. So Elon Musk has replied by changing their status to 69% government-funded media. Epic response. Well, now he's come out with this one. This was on the Tucker Carlson show. When asked about how he was able to cut 80% of the Twitter staff. And before you actually watch the video, I'd like you to think about this question. How many of our institutions, organisations and companies have exactly the same problem, i.e. corporate bloat? People that don't need to be there, having a job that they don't need to be doing, getting paid money that we shouldn't be paying. How many? I bet it's quite a lot. If you think about things like HR departments, middle management in the NHS and other places like the civil service or the home office, places like this, you know, the deep state bloat. Have a think about that as you listen to this.
What percentage of your staff did you fire at Twitter? One of the great business stories of the year.
I think we're about 20% of the original size.
So 80% left.
Yes.
So
I mean, a lot of people voluntarily.
Sure. But it's 80% are gone from the day you took over.
That's correct, yes.
So how do you run the company with only 20% of the staff?
It turns out you don't need that many people to run Twitter.
But 80%? That's a lot.
Yes. If you're not trying to run some sort of glorified activist organization and you're not care that much about censorship, then you can really let go of a lot of people, it turns out.
So there you go. Most of Twitter, and I suspect most of all of our institutions, organisations and corporations are actually bloated, and they're bloated because the government have got their hand involved in it, or because of identity politics and woke regulations. 80% of every company, I think, we could cut away, and it wouldn't change the quality of the service. Does make you think, though, doesn't it, everyone? How many places could we do exactly the same thing if we had the will or the intent? Let me know what you think. Stay sane. See you on the next one.